Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2706 of What's Shipped to Now, documenting my journey. Originally, as I came online from the brick and mortar and corporate world of business, and decided that I wanted to share my journey. Why did I want to share my journey? Because I needed to get comfortable doing videos, doing live videos. So I had several coaches back in the beginning because I knew nothing about how to do anything online. And so I joined a couple of programs, joined a couple different coaches, learned a ton, went down a whole bunch of rabbit holes that I shouldn't have gone down, or, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, but I did it anyway, and I learned something, even if it was just that, hey, this is not for me. That is a lesson learned and something I needed to learn at the time, or it delayed me from getting involved in something that would have gotten me even more sidetracked. So today and every day this year, we are talking about a way to be a better version of ourselves. This year's annual challenge is the Be a Better You annual challenge. And I decided that I was going to combine and merge topics every day with my annual challenge group and my Supersize Your Business group. I've had the Supersize Your Business group since 2018, 2017, not sure when I started it. I've been working with businesses for decades, so it's hard to remember when I actually jumped online and started it. I suppose I could go look, but I'm not going to because it's a waste of time. So today we're talking about, and I'm sharing as part of that content creation, the IDEANCE process that we came up with in January. Beginning of each year, as part of the annual challenge, at least for the last 4 or 5 years, we've come up with our own process, our own growing process, or whatever process is consistent with what we want to accomplish over the year and to be a better version of ourselves. It's nice to have a process that we can apply to each of the different areas of a 9-part life framework that I share. And this month we're focusing on contribution. How do we actually interact with things outside of us? What are we putting out into the world in order to get back what we want? And so step 3 of the process is to explore options. So yesterday we looked at, well, what do we want? The day before that we looked at, well, where are we with respect to contribution? And that creates a gap between the two, where we are and what we want, and where we want to be. And so we want to brainstorm different ways to start filling that gap. And I always like to share, don't always, but I share often the 10-3-1 tool, where we just brainstorm throughout the day 10 possible ways to fill that gap, 10 possible ways to go from where we are to where we want to be. And then at the end of the day, I will circle 3 of those so we can use them in the next step of the process. Just the 3 that speak to me and say, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to do something with this sooner rather than later. And then I'll analyze those more deeply tomorrow as part of the IDEANCE process. But that's it. I'm doing some other coaching and some other work with coaches right now that I'm sure I'll share as we go along the road. It's a crazy, chaotic time right now. I don't know about for you, but in the world at large. And so there's a lot of energy that we're feeling that is just, some of it's good, hopeful, and some of it's not so good and not so hopeful. And so depending on where you are and what you choose to see and look at based on your belief system will determine whether you're hopeful and you're seeing that the world can definitely be a better place, or you're disillusioned and you're fearful. I will contend that it never serves us well to be fearful, right? We're all afraid of things, but we don't have to let the fear overwhelm us to the point where we have inaction or we stop being ourselves and contributing to the world in a positive way. Because I didn't make this up, but what you put into the world is what you get back out of it. So if you're putting doubt, worry, and fear into the world, guess what you're going to get back out? If you're putting hope, gratitude, love, generosity, positive things and into the world, that's what you're going to get back out of it. If you don't believe me, test it out, try. Just go around smiling at people all day and see if people don't smile back at you. Especially if you're usually a curmudgeon. It works really, really well, and it gives you a quick dose of, oh my gosh, I can change the way I behave and interact with other people. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.